We got the doubles. This is more of a support kind of set, which I'll get into in a second. Definitely, I suggest Scarf. But personal preference, I really believe Scarf is the better option here, unless you have something else that can get flinches. So if you get like an Aerodactyl with Rock Slide, then you might want Specs, because there are some things that if you use Specs on, like if you see a Rotom Heat, or sorry, a Rotom Wash, a Specs Energy Ball will just about KO it after a Rock Slide, just about every time. Pretty sure, unless they're max special defense, which you don't really see too many of. I mean, you still see them because of Draco Meteor Salamence is a thing, but again, I run Energy Ball purely for the fact of Rotom Washes. That's it. That's the only reason I run Energy Ball at all. It's not really a good idea. It doesn't really give you the best coverage, but Rotom Wash is so annoying to me that I prioritize taking out Rotom Washes. So you can go for a Destiny Bond here, to kind of just force them not to attack. There's so many other things you could do. What else? Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam I like because it hits both opponents. You could put Hyper Voice here as well. But you can put Moonblast here if you want to just get if it's Specs Moonblast, that does damage to everything. Dazzling Gleam, it just hits both Pokemon, so it's a good option, something to consider, even though it does do reduced damage. So if you want to run Specs, Dazzling Gleam, that does do quite a bit as well. So Shadow Ball, again, just good coverage. Psychic, just a really strong stab use move to use. I can't speak. What am I doing? So Specs and Scarf, both good options. Telepathy is great for doubles. It's basically only used in doubles. It is only used in doubles. And triple battles, rotation battles, something like that probably. If you have, let's say, a Mamoswine, and it uses Earthquake, Gardevoir takes no damage. How nice is that to a frail defensive Pokemon like this? Discharge, you don't need Protect. I mean, you can use Discharge, nothing. I mean, Surf, piece of cake. It doesn't do anything. So Gardevoir, you can build a team around Telepathy and being able to not have to use Protect. Protect is very common. So if you get a Pokemon that can force that you're expecting will use Protect, then if you use Earthquake and you know that they're going to double protect, it doesn't do anything. It's just a turn that's lost. So it is something to strongly consider. Trace is also a good option. And Synchronize is just a great ability anyways, but Trace, like if you can Trace, if you choice Scarf, max speed, I don't know if you can. Let's see if you can outspeed a Kangaskhan. I think you can. Let's just hypothetically say, okay, plus speed, anything plus speed. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So 328. 328, you easily outspeed with a Scarf. So what you can do is that if you can trace a Parental Bond off a Mega Kangaskhan, then you're gonna get big damage, because that's 2 Moonblast, that's 2 Dazzling Gleams, 2 Psychics, whatever, and that does quite a bit, even though Kangaskhan's bulky. Wow. I don't use Mega Kangaskhan ever. I think I've used it once, so I didn't know its stats. I just knew they were ridiculous. So then go on to Mega Gardevoir. This is more of a support set. It doesn't have Psychic. It has Will-O-Wisp. That's more so to use this great speed, because if its speed ties with the Kangaskhan, and I mean, if you can burn a Kangaskhan, I mean, come on. If it sees you, Omega Gardevoir, you're gonna probably Hyper Voice or something. Sucker Punch? Nah. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp you. So that is super crucial. Gets residual damage, and then the next turn you might depending on if they have boosts, you might be able to live a Sucker Punch. I don't know. I haven't done all the calcs, but it is something to consider. Hyper Voice does a massive amount with this massive special attack stat. Shadow Ball, Energy Ball. Energy Ball can also be substituted for Psychic. T-Bolt. Where is it? T-Bolt down here. If you really want, you could put Wish. Yeah, or just straight up Moonblast. But again, I think Hyper Voice is a better option. But if you want to just kill one Pokemon, Moonblast is a good option. So you could put Moonblast here, or get rid of Hyper Voice and put Moonblast there. So again, those are some options. You can also mess around with like Confuse Ray shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. But that's the set, or sets. I walked through 4 sets. If you guys want to take any of them, feel free. Modify it however you want. Again, notice these are all subject to change based off the battles that you have. So like, who knows, maybe Signal Beam will be the best option for a Gardevoir in the future. I don't know, but just know you want to make sure that you switch it up a little bit if you feel like it's necessary. Do what's best for the team. If you want to use a Telepathy Choice Specs Gardevoir on your doubles team, go ahead. If you guys want to leave some suggestions for Pokemon in the future, I will look into the Pokemon, make sure I can give you as good of a set as I can find. Maybe even give you a few scenarios. I might break it down so I'll do just one set, like a single set. Like if you say you want a singles Mega Garchomp set, I'll give you scenarios in which why I'm picking Poison Jab over Dual Chop or something. I don't know. I'll give you suggestions on why you should use each thing in each situation, just to make you even more aware of why you have each move where. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. It has been Blake, or you can call me the Campaigner, and I'll see you in the next one.